Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and that means it's time for Morgan and Friends' lazy Sunday afternoon, quote unquote productivity stream, where sometimes we're productive and sometimes we're not, but we always bring snacks. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and with me today I have Coleman and Sako Tumi. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello to the
Hello,
nice
nice
people.
So what is everybody working on today?
Substack, like usual. I'll let people know I spent the week sick, and
You still sound a little rough.
yeah, my voice is a little sore, a little tired, a little weak because I've been coughing so much.
We shuffle.
There we go.
Shuffle.
Aha.
It will work for now. So I guess
Giggly.
yep. I'm working on groceries. And I'm gonna work on starting that story for the anthology.
It's on there. I left it on
Yep,
there.
it's on there, but that's gonna be it's gonna be top priority now, and I'll mark up the audio script later. But
Sure. Okay. Let me reprioritize for you then. Are you if you're not working on audio script today, I'll go ahead and delete it. So there you go.
no. Well, if you've deleted it, you've deleted it. But if
You
not,
get to it, I'll re-add it.
it's kind of like one of those things. It's like I want it to be there, so I do get back to it, even if it's not
Sure.
today.
Right.
Hi,
Yeah.
Cora.
So it's just what your priority is today. I'm not saying you're not going to do it next time.
So I have also been sick, as I'm sure you can tell from my voice. I woke up last Wednesday with a sore throat.
Oh no.
That's no fun.
And I feel like and the ridiculous thing is last Tuesday I was just starting to feel better from the sickness I had back in August.
Ugh.
That
I
was
can relate.
just dragging along, and then sore throat and a news cycle. The throat's not so sore anymore, but today has been fairly good, but I'm having session. This is when I'm coughing up gunk out of my lungs.
Oh, well, that's
And
progress.
it's like, you know, when you're really sick and you've got gunk in your lungs and you just cough and it comes out. This is like, no, I've gone straight past that to the last dregs of it, hanging on a tooth and claw, trying to stay in my lungs when I'm trying to get it out. So
Yeah,
I'm so
me too.
sorry.
my apologies in advance if I suddenly start hacking on mic. So
I know how to mute you if it gets
yeah.
bad. For the last decade or so, I've started losing my voice before I get a sore throat, before I get the drainage, before the cold hits. Like with half the time getting some vertigo. And
Yeah.
sometimes I get the vertigo instead of the cold, like because my colds are all in my head. But
They're head colds.
Ching. Yeah,
yeah,
this is deep in my chest,
I
which
can
I don't
tell.
like.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, it's
So
like I thought I had like a mild sinus infection back in August, but it's like
75 days with stress hives. I finally get rid of them, and then I get the bronchitis.
oh my
So
god,
that's not great.
that's not great at all.
so. Welcome to Medical Talk with Morgan and Friends. What are your symptoms?
Yeah, what's ailing you?
Hydrate, get your vitamins, maybe a little exercise if you're up for it. Okay, so let's see. Cora is here as usual, is working on video editing, but not the usual, is editing the intro and outro to 2 videos so she can transfer 4 videos to finish the products to move around a huge paywall. Ooh, so close.
Paywall.
Yeah. Seer says hi.
Hi,
Rita is here. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Rita.
Amanda is here. Hello. Hello, lovely people. I'm going to work on some DIY projects around the house and lurking. Oh, then I have to update your thing where it probably says Amanda words. DIY. Okay, let's see. Seer is on chapter 19. Oh, 19, but threw his back out yesterday. That stinks
Oh,
a
that sucks.
Oh,
lot.
take care of yourself. So if you
Yeah.
can't sit in the chair for very long, like, we get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I threw out my right shoulder playing phone games because I'm an idiot.
Oh, no.
Um, and it was so tight and hurt so much that I had to get up like once an hour to try and pop my back and stretch and for
Not
day job stuff. Like,
not
Yeah.
VR games, but phone games.
yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I acknowledge my mistakes. I understand that I have a hyperfixation problem. I mean, but
Well,
but in my defense, remember my New Year's resolution?
To read less books than last year.
yeah.
Yes, I am on track for 65 fewer this year.
Ooh.
Last time I checked, it was 40 fewer. So, like, I did the math and I'm like, ooh. I'm not really sure that doing more phone games and throwing out my back is the best way to go about it, but
Probably not a good trade, no.
yeah.
But I think you would have thrown your back out either scrolling or side swiping depending on
Yeah,
how you read your
yeah,
books,
yeah.
and,
PT, definitely, like, made me notice it more, and I'm like, "I am this close to throwing my neck out because it got so tight on that side," and I stretched, and I hydrated, and I did not throw my neck out this week.
good!
So, I'm taking that as a win.
That is a win.
It's your neck.
Ugh,
You should keep it.
yeah, yeah. This is what happens when you're not in your 20s anymore, people.
Yeah.
Colds linger, bronchitis hops on, and you throw out your back.
Yep. In your 20s, it's all flash and glam and good times.
I I've
And the
been
rest
seeing a chiro since my 20s, but
and the rest of your life, you're just paying for it.
yeah, yeah. So, we are 10 minutes in. Catechus is anxious as so I was thinking it was time for a sprint.
I think a sprint is a great idea because
And
I need to get water and maybe
yeah,
a snack.
yeah. I'm doing something super weird, super exciting. I'm in the middle of edits, and these 20-minute sprints just aren't really working for me because I barely get to the part that I need to edit by the end of the sprint. So we're doing 25 minutes today because it's 2025.
Yep.
Morgan is easily amused, and she needs a longer chunk. So
Hey,
Mhm.
Sarah.
Sarah's here. Hello. I'm glad you're taking today off and chilling. We are always happy to have you. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started in a 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka laka. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Are you still doing groceries?
I'm still doing groceries.
Okay.
In fact, I need to finish that in order. So,
Ah. Okay, I'm coming, kitty.
heed your feline overlord.
Dinga dinga dinga.
Okay, and we're back. How was your sprint?
Good. I have an outline and started filling things out.
Ooh. Doc?
I set up a new I set up a new document and set my goals and limits for it, and managed to get 84 words. So
Nice.
not blindingly not a blindingly out of the gate, but it's a start. So
It's a
Sure.
start.
I edited 2 pages, but I moved a reference to an earlier scene, so I had to wiggle that one in. So I'm not sad about my progress. And I ate an apple with some cheese.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That's
Okay.
one of my favorite, like apples and cheese or apples and peanut butter.
I've been
Yeah.
eating
Fruit
mixed fruit
snacks.
in gel,
Okay.
and I'm about to open up some mandarin oranges
Ooh.
because I need the vitamin C to help me get better.
Yeah. Yeah. I used my apple slicer core thing, and then
Does that thing work?
it depends on the size of the apple, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
if
have
it's
to
a
make sure it
small
goes.
apple,
Mine
right?
are
Like,
medium. Mine are medium. It's not
okay.
that small of a core.
Of a
The larger
core.
the apple, the more brute force it takes to push down through it, and
No,
you
no,
really
no. No, the large ones, the circle is too small.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the core is bigger than the
Yeah, yeah, but no, mine is about
cutter.
this big,
I,
so
I'm just talking about
Mhm.
how hard it is to use it on the apple, but you also need
No,
the core of the apple to be kind of straight.
the core typically is, but that doesn't mean that the apple seats
Yeah, it doesn't
straight.
mean that the apple
Yeah.
seats in the direction the core is.
So, I find the difference in how hard it is to push through more about the density of the apple
This is
than
true.
yeah, because different types are different levels of denseness, like,
Mhm.
the size really doesn't seem to affect it, and Red Delicious are bred for color and
Yeah,
stability,
they're
not flavor.
Red
Mhm.
Bland.
Delicious are overbred. So
Yeah, yeah. So, popping into the, I gave Catechus gushy food, long story short.
Yay!
check that sucker.
So
And I did order my groceries. They're being
ooh,
shipped right now.
dink. So, let's see. Sarah swung by, but is not working on anything. She's finishing up a mini staycation since Wednesday and is slowly
Yay,
ramping back up,
staycations.
right? To remember how this whole functioning thing works.
Yeah. Getting back to functioning is gonna be an adventure for me too. I think I start on the 1st,
Sure.
which is awkward because that's a Wednesday,
Yeah.
but, um, yeah, I've been out for a week and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
A week, really,
Sure.
yeah. I
My
hate it.
parent company starts people on Fridays. They do the orientations on Fridays, and I
Mhm.
kind of liked it because you get all the newness and the jitters out, and you figure out where everything is without any expectation that you do anything about it, and then you come in
Right.
on Monday, and you know what you're doing, and you're a little oriented, and you had the weekend to decompress from the stress of the whole thing, and so I don't hate
It
it.
also it also means that the people who are there to help get you situated
Mhm.
are one already warmed up for the week. They've been
Yeah.
doing their stuff. Two, they're ready for the weekend, so you're not a burden. You're a
Yeah.
relief.
Exactly, exactly. I thought it was like, there are reasons and stuff like that, and their pay cycle ends on Thursdays and whatever, but,
Mhm.
I thought it was really I didn't hate it. It was weird, but starting on
I
Monday
think
is super stressful, so sometimes, with, like, Labor Day and stuff, schools usually start back on Tuesday or Wednesday, and having that short week when you're still recovering, I think sometimes can be really helpful,
yeah.
so Maggie swung by. Hello, Mama Maggie.
Hi, Mom Maggie.
Just lurking. Legit.
Lurk all you want. We'll make
Uh, oh, Seer let me know that the timer was out of, screen. I must have scrolled or something. So,
Or he needed to scroll.
eh,
That could have happened too. I had to do
one
the
point.
same thing. I had to scroll up to see because of course, I'm also sitting in the room so that I can write
Yeah.
in the chat, and I had to scroll up to see the timer as well.
Well, I did have to scroll that window so you could see the timer at one point. And oh my gosh, when I looked at the timer at one point, it was like 19 minutes and 50 seconds. And I'm like, did it pause? And then I remembered it was a 25-minute sprint. So, let's see. Popping back into the comments. Raven said that a sound always triggers his anxiety for no reason at all.
I'm not sure which sound
I
that was.
think
That
he's
might be the timer going off because that was 5 minutes ago
Oh, maybe.
that the comment came through. It gives me timestamps. That's very handy for me. Um, I I hate alarming alarms, and I find this is the least alarming alarm I can use from this app. So,
sorry that it is triggering your anxiety.
yeah,
I'm
I can always
sorry.
have more stressful ones, so everyone will share in your anxiety, and we're not singling you out. But I don't know if we can do away with anxiety from
Yeah.
alarms. So,
Or-
oh, wasn't it Raven's birthday this week?
Wasn't it?
I think so. I don't know. Facebook told me something. Yeah, I could be
I have
wrong.
no idea.
I have no memory. Anyway,
Nobody tells me anything. They
uh,
assume I know. No.
right. Amanda got 4 of the hanging wisteria things she was making done. Awesome.
Wicked.
Right? Maggie is eavesdropping on us and moving furniture to reset the guest room to have 2 twin beds for a family visit. Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I noticed that there's a chunk of that going on today. Is people kind of like using us like a podcast as well as a productivity sprint?
I
You,
mean,
I mean,
just kind of like playing it in the background while they move furniture.
you're welcome to have us there
yeah.
anytime. I mean, that's why the recordings stay up. But
And we're totally not non-judgmental of whether you're doing something or not and what level of thing you're doing. You can
Exactly.
read, you can fold laundry, you can write,
You can move furniture.
exactly.
but if it's really freaky, don't bother to tell us. We don't need that. But
No safe words.
you're responsible for your own safe words, and if we say them, oops.
Right. So, Sear has started embellishing his chapter outline that he'd done. He went from about 1,300 words to 1,437, so a small 137 word, and did a stretch. Good. Take care of your back. Cora only has one more intro outro to go, so like halfway
Nice.
done or something like that. Oh, Maggie, of course, as a baker, would like us to know that different types of apples bake differently.
They do.
Yeah.
My favorite are the pink ladies or the honey crisps.
I got the
honey
pink
crisps
lady.
are huge.
I
Yeah.
definitely love a honey crisp, love a golden delicious or Granny Smith. But I would absolutely love to be able to take a course that talked about the different types of apples, how they bake up differently, and had samples that
Oh, Mama Ward would win at that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
but it would be a
Yeah.
delicious education.
It would.
Yeah.
My store actually has labels on the sweetness and if it's for baking or eating or whatever.
Nice.
And yeah, my bag of apples was pink ladies. So
Oh, I'm coming over.
sure.
Coming
Let's
over.
see. Rita says that she's getting the little tasks accomplished. Excellent. I was right. Raven's birthday was Friday. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy
You have
birthday.
survived another year. You would plant a flag of victory in the old year.
Indeed. Plant that flag wherever you think it's gonna hurt. But
Hurt most? I don't know.
so Maggie is totes using everyone's streams today as a podcast, not able to do the writerly thing today. Yeah, no, some days, some
That's
months are like that.
amazing. So, Mama Ward is a compulsive writer.
Oh, wow.
She has OCD, like, for real, and, her completionist, urge is really strong.
Mhm.
So, for her to not for her to, like, occupy her time with other things, like, wow,
It may be stress over the upcoming family visit
it may be.
Yeah.
that she's prepping for. So, new thing to hyperfixate on.
Yeah.
Although I just wanna say I did my moving stuff around yesterday. I wasn't
Ooh,
exactly moving furniture,
okay.
but my wife had complained about, uh, um, the cable dysfunction
Oh, yeah.
behind my computer desk setup here because I've got the PC off to the side, I've got the Mac laptop on the desk, and I've got all the cables back and forth and power coming to the desk.
Sure.
And she got me, a set of 2 baskets that, go to screw together and clamp onto the back,
Sure.
so I could, pull my surge suppressor up off the floor and, organize everything in the back, and yeah, we did that, which involved, okay, unplug everything and plug it all back in together and hope that you get everything plugged in where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that. Uh, mhm,
Which ended up as being a minor desk cleaning, and
yeah,
it's now a much cleaner look, although right now it is covered with fruit cups, which I'm in the process of eating, but,
minor. That sounds like a full desk clean to me.
but,
Mhm,
no, it's so far it's actually working out really nicely. I'm no longer hitting things when I rotate the desk back away from me so I can get up or so I
sure.
can do things. The only problem is that the basket sticks out a little bit.
Mhm.
So when I rotate it towards the PC, I have to watch out that I don't smack the glass side of the PC.
Oops.
But
You can always put, like, a shield or something up there.
I haven't done that yet. So I could put
Yeah.
a rubber bumper on it so at least it won't scratch the glass. But
So, unfortunately, I have to go
Yeah,
oh,
you
that's
said
all
as
right.
you
we're coming up on 5:30 and I've got a thing at
and
5:30,
you were
so
double booked. Thank you
and I
for
was
making it, and you got a sprint in, so
I
mwah,
did. I'll catch you guys later.
catch you
Okay.
later. So,
Bye bye. So glad
popping
you can
back
make.
into the comments, Raven is not being especially productive, just juggling playing with Stellaris with keeping up with the stream and trying to plan the next step of the newest old project he's trying to resurrect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seer recommends Bramley apples for baking. Raven says, "Thank you for the birthday wishes." Maggie says, "Google apple forests of Kazakhstan. There are so many hundreds of types
Oh,
of
yeah.
apples." Maggie's has OCD goal brain and doesn't stop once she starts. So she has started scheduling days not to write or edit. Yeah, yeah. Sako said good on you before they bounced. So
Yep.
Maggie says this is writing adjacent because she's been using the guest room for an alternate writing space. So, okay, well, it's time for another sprint. Are we ready? Uh,
Yep. And it looks like my groceries are complete now too. So
okay, I'm gonna check Sako off for having worked on her Substack and
yep.
just okay. Let's get started in a three, two, one. Boom, chakalaka laka. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, kitty, I hear you. You don't get
Meow,
second. There is no second gushy food. Just first.
meow, meow.
And I'm back. Doc probably is putting away groceries, or he needed to step away for a minute. Catechus would like some attention right now, but I think he really, really just wants second gushy food. I finally finished chapter 5 for the first time. I have been working on it since like July, and every time I get back into my writing, I get caught up to where I left off, and then things happen, and yeah. So anyway, I got through chapter 5, and I'm very happy. I got through 4 whole pages. So I got a couple pages into the next chapter. I spent a fair amount of this week brainstorming things that I wanted to see in my story and things that I wanted to change. So I've got that in my head and I'm working on that. So let me pop into the comments and see how it's going. Sako is lurking while doing their 5:30 thing. Let's see. Rita cheered for me when I said I'd finished chapter 5, as did Maggie. Let's see. Cora is about ready to switch videos over to her older computer to finish them. The end is nigh. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. Oh, thank God. So, I think while we're waiting on Doc, it's time for a quick stretch break because, stretching is good. So, let's go ahead and whoop. Yes, cat, you are a meow face. There's my meow face right there. Oh, pop my back, pop my elbow, pop my neck. Did y'all hear that? My whiny kitty. Oh, and there's a sternum pop. It's okay. My chiropractor said it was okay. Not my sternum pops. Yes. Hey, Doc, how was your sprint? Oh no, the cough is back.
So groceries got delivered, and everything got put away except for the soda. And on top of that, I got another 301 words.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was doing a stretch break, so.
Okay.
Did you know if you can do this, it helps with the knots between your shoulder blades?
And if I can't,
I don't know what the modification is. I'm sorry. I know for a lot of things, but not that one. So, yeah. We did go over the fact that my knee PT involves your ankles and knees and hips are hypermobile. We need to stabilize them. So,
basically, you're put together with string and silly putty.
I mean, they attached the joints. They just didn't like
tighten them up.
Tighten them up. Yeah, they're a little loose. So, oh, let me pop into comments. Raven says one of the places he turns for fresh inspiration is the Midnight Burger podcast Discord server, which the writer of the podcast, Joe Fisher, regularly writes writing prompt images. That's awesome for people who enjoy prompt images. So, cool. Ooh, today's was an old black and white photo of a woman leaning back and looking disapprovingly into the middle distance, which is actually giving him some spoopy seasonal inspo.
Yeah.
Cool. So, big yawn. So, have you determined what your story for the anthology is going to be about?
Yes.
Nice. Awesome.
So the anthology is a curiosity of cats.
Because that's what a group of cats is called.
Yep. And it is
or a clouder.
But we went with curiosity because
nice.
It is stories inspired by the works of Lewis Carroll.
Oh.
So I looked at that and I said, "Oh, this has got to be another Crackle and Bang story."
Like, so Raven says, apparently, I find disapproving women fundamentally terrifying. I mean, as you should, as you should.
So
So,
I'm sure you had some shaping experience in your youth that has caused that a relationship.
I mean, no one likes to disappoint people. So, um, oh, I wanted to share something. So, my sister several months ago sent me a reel talking about what you need in a good romance novel, in a healthy romance novel. And I kept forgetting what the 4 things were, so I finally put it on a piece of paper and hung it up next to my desk. So, this is for an authentic feeling romance novel with a healthy relationship. We have fascination,
Fascination,
flirtation,
flirtation, frustration, and admiration.
and so many of them really miss that admiration, but the fascination is you see them, you think they're interesting, you think they're maybe attractive. The flirtation is when you start interacting with them. The frustration is, the whole point of a novel. There has to be some sort of conflict.
There's conflict.
You don't have to be frustrated with them. You can be frustrated with circumstances or your boss making it so you can't see them or whatever. But you want and I think this is maybe missing from too many real life relationships, is that
Mhm.
you want to have a partner that you admire, that you respect, that does things that you're like, "Nice." So, some of
Uh,
my favorite romances had both of the characters thought the other person was the absolute best mage and amazing and great at their job and just
mhm.
everything.
I,
So
I I look at that list and I find myself thinking about the relationship between Miss Crackle and Miss Bang and Professor Crackle, and it's like, yeah, I feel like I've checked all the boxes there.
right, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're missing one of those, you don't really have a romance or not a healthy romance.
Mhm.
There's definitely toxic romances out there, and
Yeah.
if just be aware of if you're writing a cautionary tale or something that's supposed to be an idealized romance
And
or an
please,
authentic romance.
if you
So
are writing a cautionary tale, let's make it clear somewhere
yeah,
very clear
yeah,
this is a cautionary
yeah.
tale.
So, popping into the comments, Maggie says, "Is it legally allowed to have a healthy relationship in a romance novel? Won't the RWA come for a writer who encourages communication and respect? They should not. I have read many romances that have healthy relationships. I don't know if they're RWA certified or not, but I really appreciate them when the impediment is not a lack of communication or deception, but instead life getting in the way or
Yeah.
other responsibilities, that kind of thing.
I'm
So,
kinda like, didn't the RWA pull their own teeth a few years ago? It's like, "Let them come, I can take them with one hand behind my back."
yeah, yeah. So, Sako's like, I know, right? Let's see. Popping up, Maggie said, "Did someone say Clouder of Cats? Cats versus zombies, anyone?" I mean, obviously cats are gonna win.
Mhm.
So, Amanda with the DIY got a fire escape shelf installed and hung the
Nice.
wisteria strands. Nice. Awesome. Um, Raven says, "My advice is to take pretty much any Hallmark movie and then write it better to make it more interesting." I think some of the more recent ones have healthier relationships. You see them going for the stereotypical, like, misunderstanding and then not, and using their words. And I am here for this trend. So, Raven said, somewhat joking, historically, not joking. Current ones are luckily getting over themselves.
Yeah.
I think we're done with the 90s rom-coms that are manipulative and all you have to do is keep stalking them until they say yes, and that's not coercion. That's healthy. No, no. And too many guys grew up in that era or before that and think that there's nothing wrong with that. So
I have
anyway.
I've watched some of uh, uh the Hallmark romance movies and some of the romantic series. It's usually about some friend that helps set up everybody else, but doesn't have a relationship of their own. And it's like it usually comes down to you got one friend that gives good advice and another one that gives bad advice. And people seem to listen to the one that gives bad advice.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. So
Yeah.
what you gonna do? But yeah, there have been a
Mhm.
few recently that are trending away from unhealthy and miscommunication and all that sort of nonsense, and I am
Mhm.
here for it. I enjoy reading about healthy relationships and people who just communicate. When they don't, I stress out. It really makes me stressed when I see the disaster coming because they're not communicating, and that's
Mhm.
like I'll take toxic non-con over miscommunication. Like, it's just I don't like people not using their words. But anyway.
Or at least if you're going to have your characters not communicate, can you at least have a scene where one of them says, "It's like we're not communicating, are we?"
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite things in books is, like, if they miss an obvious solution, if something happens, call it out on page. Like, yes,
Mhm.
you can go back and edit it so it's better, but s or you can like, in my space fantasy, I have my main character be like, "I have no clue how a space manta can flap its flippers and move forward in space because there's no air, but it works, so whatever."
Mhm.
And we move forward from that. There is some physics. I'm not figuring it out. My character doesn't know. And I mean,
Oh, yeah.
how much of the technology you use do you know how it works? I mean,
Yep.
okay,
And
considering my friends, you probably know more than you should, but not for everything.
that's part of the reason why his lordship, although an educated individual, is not heavily into the physical sciences. It's like he doesn't understand how this stuff works. He just knows how to use it. Um,
Yup. I mean, we all have our things. So popping into the comments, Raven said one of his favorite things is the indie actress Ashlyn Diath, who does a watch along play by play of Hallmark movies in her Instagram stories. And as a working actress, writer, and producer, seeing her analyze these movies to death is amusing as hell. Do I have not watched many play by play movie watch throughs, but there, I have watched a therapist break things down. What's the therapist and an act and a movie producer? Therapist discusses
as in a
movies
relationship therapist watching a rom com movie. Oh God.
and Disney movies and like whatever. So cinema therapy, that's what it is. It's got a screenwriter and a therapist, and they've been friends forever, and they do. It's a whole channel with Jonathan Decker and what's the other guy's name? Why isn't it on the blurb? Work with me here.
That
Oh, and
and
Alan C. Wright. So
that's a YouTube
yeah,
channel. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I ran across it during the pandemic, and I watched a bunch of them then. But they break down what's healthy about these relationships, what's not. But yeah, cinema therapy show. So if anybody is curious and watching a therapist talk about how healthy these things are and how unhealthy, and they sit around, they eat popcorn, they watch the movie. We don't see the whole movie. They might do little outtakes, but they discuss the movies and some of the key elements. And I do believe Toy Story made both of them cry because they're very mushy. the both of the people on the show. So anyway, we had the timer go off. We barely have enough time. Shall we do another sprint?
Yes, I guess we shall. Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into it in 3, 2, 1, boom. Just because you're staring at me doesn't mean you get more gushy food.
It could, because I'm a cat. I'm cute. Yep.
And we're back. How was your sprint?
Let me find the mute button. Or the unmute button. I think this actually went along pretty well. Yeah, I got another 300, a little over 300 words in. So I've got 701 words for the story so far. So just another 4,000 some to go.
I got through 6 more pages. So I'm 8 pages into chapter 6 after spending forever on chapter 5. So feeling pretty good and pretty solid about this
Is
sprint.
this a self edit, or are you responding to commentary from people?
So the rough draft was a hot mess, and these are my own personal revisions, so I can
Self-edit.
have a draft one, so people can actually look at it. It is not coherent. I don't like how the plot ended. There are a lot of things I wanted to change because pantsing is the worst.
It can be, yes.
Worst. Like,
But no, I
yeah,
just trying to differentiate between, is this polishing
yeah.
the story because it was rough, or is this, person said things that are weird here, and
Yeah, I'm replotting, and I
yeah,
did a lot of brainstorming last week, and I have a lot. I messaged myself on Facebook Messenger with all my notes, and it's like 3 screens worth of Facebook
okay.
notes. So, of things I wanna change in the world, and the story, and the characters, and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah. And I wanna scope up things, and I was never happy with the, central conflict, and you know what this has told me?
What has it told you?
Besides that I hate, exploratory writing, it tells me that if I don't have enough plot to write this story, that maybe I'm not ready to write the story. Because this is, oh my gosh, such a hot mess, but I love the world and the characters, and I'm really excited for where I'm taking it, and every time I do some brainstorming, I get excited about how I'm changing it,
Well,
so
that's
yeah.
good that you're still excited about the story.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but I mean, we definitely don't work the same way, because for me it's like plot starts as a general idea and then it fleshes out as I actually fill in the blanks. So
Yeah, so, Cora got all 4 videos transferred over, and it's time to finish them, so I'm gonna check that off.
yay.
You got started on your story for the anthology, so I'm
Yep,
gonna check that
that's
off.
checked off.
Popping into the comments, Sako said, "Woo, Cora." Hello, Paul. Paul said, "We are both teachers and book readers, and our advice and teachings on books are wonderful." Aw, thank you. And fantasy books are wonderful. Good, because that's all I write across the spectrum, like all of them. Um, I am also ironic. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a 90s girl. I think we're required to be.
Don't you think? uh,
Don't you think? Raven actually did some writing and followed up on the writing prompt he mentioned, indulging in some cosmic horror flash fiction.
ooh,
Dwan got home and popped in to say goodbye. Well,
well,
we will see you next week, and you can always find us online. And
the recordings will always be there. No.
Amanda was able to finish her DIY projects for today. The last one for today was finishing putting privacy vinyl that looks like stained glass on the kitchen windows.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
And Raven says, "I just realized where I got the name Cora for that flash fiction." Waves awkwardly.
Luckily.
I mean, I did change my main character in my current work in progress to Cora, because it was Ava, and then I changed one of the characters from Bastion to Avi, so I couldn't have Avi and Ava. So Cora's a great name.
Yep.
Quality people have it. So and Seer worked on chapter 19, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that off.
It's just,
And
and what's the point of having friends if you can't use their names for characters in your book, right?
right? So yeah, so we are at 6:30.
Ooh.
Are you ready for dinner? Cora
Um,
is amused that we appreciate her name.
It's always good to be appreciated for something.
Right? So, okay, let's tell who we are, where they can find us, and peace out. Oh, as a note, next week, I will not be here. Doc might, Sako might. I A friend got, Maryland Ren Fair tickets, and it happens to be next week, and on
So
Sunday.
you're going.
They're really hard to get this year.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna try, but when somebody offers you tickets, you say yes. And then the next week I'll be here, but the week after, I will be a pre-November getaway
Yeah.
before writing Eats My Life for November. So gone next week, here the week after, gone the next week, and then here, but exhausted because I'm hosting a Halloween party. So
Yeah. So I may be joining you at the Renaissance Festival next weekend. I will definitely be there on Saturday.
okay.
But I was supposed to go yesterday, but I didn't because sick.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I've got an extra day on my pass. So I may see if I can squeeze Sunday in there.
Okay.
Um, it will, it
It's
will,
supposed to be hot. It's supposed to be mid-70s.
it will likely actually mid 70s is kind of nice. Low 70s is ideal, but mid 70s is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
will likely depend on how I feel and if the government is shut down. Because
Yes.
if the government gets shut down and I'm not looking at work on Monday, I can make the extra effort to go to the
Yeah.
fair 2 days in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. As a reminder for people who do not live in the Northern Virginia area, shutting down the government does not save money.
No,
Instead, it makes the backlog for getting Social Security or anything else go back another, month for every week that it's shut down. And government people get paid, contractors,
right.
half the time lose jobs, and small businesses like restaurant places and dry cleaners close because they can't last a month or so.
In the past, government people have gotten paid.
This year,
Uh,
they might get laid off
yeah,
because
uh,
our current government thinks that randomly laying off people is better than assessing and slowly downsizing. They're just like, who wants to peace out? Furloughed, fired. It works better with a plan. Just because you
yeah.
want smaller government doesn't mean you should scare off anyone who can afford to leave and then get, yeah. Anyway, feelings
They
and stuff. Shutting down the government does not save the government money.
no, and the longer it goes on, the harder it is, even for those government workers,
Mhm.
because they don't actually get paid while it's shut down.
No.
They're just supposed to be reimbursed later. But
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll leave it there for now, and hopefully by the time you see us again, it'll all be worked out, and we'll have a more functional
Government.
government. Yeah, I'm an inner optimist, right?
Dwan said, if only those that make that decision cared. Yeah, they're still getting paid. So
uh,
whatever.
they care, they just don't care about us. But
Yeah. Raven was at fair yesterday and said it started off cool but really spiked later. So
oh yeah, well it can do that. I
yeah.
thought it was supposed to rain yesterday, but
It did some,
it
but
did.
not the entire time. So
Anyhow, so I'm Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you'd like to find out more about my worlds of mad science, manners, and mayhem, you can go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my Amazon author page where you can see all of the books I currently have in print, including the new book, The Kindred of Kali. And you can look at samples of them and decide if they're going to be right for you or someone that you love.
yeah. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I blog, vlog, and podcast, writing tips from the pros, and of course, my own writerly musings. Last week, I was at Capclave, and most of my panels were about tropes and um, And that's what my most recent blog post is. So you can go find that on morganhazelwood.com or youtube.com/Morgan Hazelwood. I have a Redbubble shop with snack fueled writer stuff and ADHD badges and whatever. And I am the co-founder of my agent database, where we make finding an agent that represents what you're looking for easy.
Sure.
We put all the information in one spot, so it's better.
We
Thank
help
you,
you find what you're looking for.
right? So thank you all for coming. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you in mid-October.